What's up, you guys? Today's video is my very first mukbang. I am so excited. Mukbang, whatever. People call it a million different things. I ordered Chinese food. I actually took a poll on Instagram and asked you guys what I should eat between Chinese food and fast food, and the winner was Chinese food. So I'm super hyped because I love Chinese food. And yeah, so let me take out the food. I'm trying to do it like all the real mukbangers do. So we've got some sweet and sour sauce for our crab rangoon, and this is like our normal, or my normal Chinese order. Me and Meat get the same thing though. An egg roll and General Tso's chicken. Is there anything else in here? Just fortune cookies. I'm trying to play with the setup. Like, you can see my side table here, but I have my laptop on it so I can like kind of see what I'm doing. Also, I'm on my couch. We have here some General Tso's chicken and lo mein and steamed broccoli. I always throw the broccoli out. Does anybody actually eat the broccoli? Maybe I'm just trash. And then we have an egg roll. Usually when you get like a dinner combo or something, it comes with an egg roll. Let's take that out of the package so you can see it in the corner. And then I always get, like, as a little appetizer, some crab rangoon, and that's what the sweet and sour sauce came for. So I love like mukbangs that you can see everything out on the table. So that's what I'm trying to do for you guys. But yeah, let's throw out this fucking broccoli, because broccoli, honestly, I really like broccoli, but steamed broccoli is trash. So we're just gonna, there goes all of the nutritional value for this entire meal. But I have been obsessed with mukbangs for the past like month or two. And so you guys were actually into it. I actually took some polls on Instagram and you guys were like, hell yeah, ew, what is that in the sauce? Okay. I don't, burnt something. One of my followers, Maria, asked me to get a drink in the video because she likes when I drink in videos. So I've got some Smirnoff with some Doritos Tutti Frutti soda. I know Smirnoff is trash. I know it sounds like I'm in college, but I got it to make vodka sauce like a few months ago. And so it's just been in the house. So I'm like trying to get through it. And then I got a Pepsi because I was craving soda. Every time I watch a mukbang, everybody drinks Coke and I'm like, Pepsi's better. Actually, I'm like a Diet Pepsi fiend, but the store I went to didn't have Diet Pepsi, which is so weird. But I got plain lo mein instead of rice because, I don't know, I was just craving noodles. I think because of all the noodle mukbangs I've been watching. So, And I'm also just going to tell you guys some stories while we're here. I was texting Markel, my best friend. I was like, dude, like, do I even have any interesting stories, like, in my life that are worth a Storytime mukbang? Because those are my favorite kind to watch. And she was reminding me of some stuff. So, a lot of them have to do with, like, people I met on Tinder. Obviously a long time ago. But they're all pretty funny. Okay. So, so good. I just got plain lo mein because a lot of times I'll get vegetable lo mein or something, and like I just kind of pick out the veggies. So I was like, let me just go straight for the noodle. And then I got General Tso's chicken. So good. It's like steaming. Kind of hot, but so good. Wow, I'm so excited right now to be doing this. Mitch is in Vegas for work. He went this morning just for the day. And then they're flying to Houston or Dallas, Houston. Wherever the school shooting was, he's flying there for his boss to cover the school shooting. He works for Michael Strahan. So they're flying out there so that Michael can cover the school shooting for GMA. But apparently the plane like was delayed because of the weather in Houston or Dallas. I honestly don't know. That's horrible. I need to like read current events. This is so good. I've been craving this all day because I obviously put the idea out there early today. Totally hitting the spot. Okay, so I have like a bunch of mini stories because none of them are like really that like big of a deal, because honestly anybody I met on Tinder other than Meech, which I've told you guys before that I met my boyfriend on Tinder. Anybody I met on Tinder I probably saw twice, maybe 3 times. I would go on a few dates with somebody and be like, okay, whatever, bye. I was definitely a ghoster. Do I feel bad for it? Probably not. Like, that wasn't that important. I'll go back. Okay, so there was this one guy. I just spit everywhere. There was this one guy that I met on Tinder. So we went on, like, I want to say 2 or 3 dates. I can't remember. But I'm going to call him Larry. So Larry he was a cool guy. He was nice, whatever. But I talked to him for, like, a few weeks. Obviously, we went on a few dates. And at this point, like, me and my mom were really close. And so, like, I would tell her stuff about guys, whatever. So I told her this guy's name was Larry. But in my mind, for some reason, like, I don't know what is wrong with my brain. For some reason, in my head, his name was Stan. I've never known a Stan. I've never dated a Stan. I've never known a Stan. I don't know who the fuck Stan is. There's not Stan in his name anywhere. But for some reason, in my head, Larry's name was Stan. I would literally have to correct myself when I was talking about him and be like, Stan, oh shit, I mean Larry. To the point where, like, my mom, at one point, she was like, hey, how's Stan? I was like, who's Stan? She was like, that guy that you saw. I was like, oh, yeah, no, his name isn't Stan. So, I mean, that's really not that funny of a story. But I'm also a shitty storyteller. But it was just so weird. Like, have you guys ever done that where you, like, gave somebody else a fake name that, like, was not at all their name? I know my mom has. Like, my cousin's, like, way older than me. And when she was, like, she had, like, a teenage boyfriend. And his name was Steven. But my mom always called him Eric. Like, his name was Eric to my mom. I don't know. Maybe that's just me and my mom being weird. So, yeah. R.I.P. Stan. Not that he died, but, you know. Let's try one of these. I want some Pepsi, too. So, the next story is way better. Yum. So, Valentine's Day, when me and Raquel were single, it was like we had both just broken up with our boyfriends like a few months before. So it was our first Valentine's Day single for like a long time. So me and her, for Valentine's Day, we just decided to hang out at her house, go to Target and get like a bunch of junk food. And literally just like Netflix and chill. So, this is so good, by the way. I know, I should be like describing the things I'm eating. But the crunch, if you haven't had crab rangoon, like, you're missing out on life. So we went. So we went to Target, got a bunch of junk food, went back to her house, and then of course we were both on Tinder, like, swiping like maniacs because we were bored as fuck. Tinder can get addictive when you're bored. At least that's what I remember from it. I would just, like, be bored, binge watching Netflix and be like, well, usually to the left because most of them were trash. We were hanging out at her house. What? Did I kiss my hand? Why did I do that? Why is there lipstick all over my hand? So we're at her house swiping on Tinder, and I find this guy that we both went to high school with. He was on the football team in high school. All of the people from high school, please don't try to guess because, actually, I don't know. Maybe you would try to guess. Honestly, it's kind of funny if you do. So this guy that we went to high school with, and mind you, I only had a boyfriend senior year of high school, but I didn't really know anybody on the football team, so like it's not like there was no pass. And also my high school was like 5,000 kids, so it's not like I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. And we graduated the same year, but that doesn't mean I knew him because like I graduated with like 800 people. So when I was on Tinder, I would just swipe right on anybody I recognized from real life just to see if they would swipe right on me too, like if we would match. I was never really interested in most of the people I found that I like knew in real life, but I swiped right anyway because I'm like, damn, like I just want to know. So I swiped right on him, and we started talking. He recognized me, obviously. Not that I was like popular or like talk to any of his friends. Macho, go to bed. Yeah, he recognized me from high school. And he was like, you changed. Oh, or he's like, damn, you look mad different. And I was like, okay, like, what does that mean? Was I ugly or am I now ugly? So we started talking on Tinder, and then he gave me his number, or like I gave him my number or whatever, and then we were texting. And like, and so Valentine's Day, me and Raquel spent the day together, and then she drove me to, she lives in Staten Island, so she drove me to the bus stop, and then I took the bus back into Brooklyn, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get my nails done, because I needed to get my nails done. Oh wait, previous to that though, while he was texting me, he like asked me what I was doing for Valentine's Day. I was like, oh, I'm just chilling with Raquel, because he knew Raquel. Everybody knew Raquel. She was like the most popular girl in school. I hated everyone. But she hated everyone too. Everybody just loved her. So yeah. He was like, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I was like, oh, I'm just chilling with Raquel. Probably go home later. He's like, oh, do you want to come over later? I was like, bro, like, I know we didn't just meet. Like, obviously we went to high school together, but like, you're inviting me to your house already? Like, trash. I was like super single at this point, so I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll go hang out with him. I wasn't going to do anything. Actually, can't say that. I don't know if I would do anything. But I wasn't too keen on seeing him, but Raquel was like, why not? Like, fuck it. Like, if you actually think that you might like him, like, might as well just go see. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go get my nails done. Huh. Okay, I love you. Enjoy. Bye. So yeah, Raquel was like, go hang out with him if you want. Like, just go get your nails done and see. And I was like, okay, fine. And then he kept texting me the whole time I was getting my nails done, which is like nearly impossible to answer, which is super annoying because like, I can't use my hands right now, dude. Then I decided like, no, I'm not going to go hang out with him. Like, I don't know him like that. I'm not trying to go to some, like, he wasn't a stranger. I knew who he was. And like, a lot of my friends were friends with him, but like, I'm not about to go to your house, dude. So, especially on Valentine's Day, that like sets up a weird pretense if anything were to happen. So didn't hang out with him, and then we just kept texting for like the next day or so. And then like he would text me constantly all day, like all day. He started talking about like, yeah, like I've been through stuff and you've been through stuff, so like it's like we should just make it better together, blah blah blah, like really like heavy shit. Like, literally within 24 hours of me speaking to him. And then it got to the point where I was like, I mean, at first I was just like, oh, he's sweet, whatever. And then I was like, I don't know, this is kind of creepy now. Like, you don't know me from a hole in the wall. Like, we've only been texting for fucking 48 hours. Like, I don't know. So, I started kind of, like, ignoring his texts. Like, just not answering. Like, he would text me, like, 4 and 5 times, and I, like, wouldn't read them. Because I have my red receipts on. And I was like, I just wouldn't read them. Or I'd just be like, oh, I'm at work. Like, I'll talk to you later. And then I can't remember what he said. So, this was, like, yeah, like, a less than a week of us talking. And I was at work one day. And he just, like, he was, like, calling me out for, like, basically ignoring his texts. And I was like, sorry. Like, I was just busy. Like, whatever. And then he was like, I understand that. But, like, it's my job to make you happy, or like it's my job to like put a smile on your face. I was like, dude, it's not your job to do anything. Like, who are you? So I literally told him that. I was like, it's not your job to do anything. Like, we've only been talking for like a few days. And he was like, oh really? Like, you feel like that? Like, I was just trying to be nice. Like, I thought this could have been something. And I'm like, we haven't even had like a real conversation. Like, why are you why are you like this? I wish I had like the actual screenshots. I probably do somewhere in like me and Raquel's conversation, but I would do way too much work to go back there. Stage 5 clinger. And honestly, I've never experienced that with a guy. Like, guys obviously like liked me, but they weren't like calling me out for not texting them back within 15 minutes. Like, what? But yeah, literally, we never went on a date. We didn't even talk on the phone. We never FaceTime. We literally just texted for less than a week. He was like, it's my job to make you happy. I gotta put a smile on your face. Like, I've been through stuff. We've been through, like, you've been through stuff. Like, we can fix all that together. I was like, why are you telling me this? I'm so confused. I don't know you. So then, like, a week after we had that conversation about, or like after that conversation, I basically just like dead him. Like, I was not answering his texts. He kept texting me over and over again, and I literally like left him on red. Like, hopefully he'll get the hint, like, leave me alone. And then he wouldn't. So he wouldn't leave me alone. So then finally I hit him up. I was like, I don't even remember, did I say anything? Shit. I remember. So he kept hitting me up. And I was like, you know what, dude? I texted him. Because we never talked on the phone. Texted him. I was like, you know what? Like, we're probably better off as friends. Like, you're cool, whatever. But, like, I don't really see this going anywhere. Because he had his fucking married off already in his head. And then he was, like, talking to me about, like, going to Miami together and all this shit. And I was like, we haven't even been on a date, bro. Like, why would I go to Miami with you? I won't even go to your house. So I told him, like, we're probably better off as friends, blah, blah, blah. He was like, so does that mean, like, should I keep texting you or, like, nah? And I was like, probably nah. So that was that. Okay. Last Tinder date story. This is the most embarrassing one. This is the only embarrassing one. All the other ones were embarrassing about the guys. But I'm really gonna put this on the internet. Okay. I think the only people that know this story are Raquel and Raquel. Okay, so I went out with on a date with this guy I met on Tinder. And we went out like to a few bars in Soho or like the Village, like downtown. And we had like a bunch of drinks, like, and it was right after work, so I didn't eat anything. I had like mad drinks. Like, we went to 2 different bars and we probably had like 3 drinks at each. It was a pretty long date. Or no, I don't know. But I don't know. I say goodbye and then I get on the train and go home. And you know when you're drinking that like you don't have to pee and then all of a sudden it like hits you. Like, it hits you all at once. You're like, fuck, my bladder. So I'm on the train, and at this point I lived 1 train stop away, but 1 train stop on the local, and I was on the express train. So basically I got off at the train at the stop, like my stop now where I live, but I still had to wait for the local train to take it 1 more stop to like my mom's house where I used to live. So I had to be so bad that I was like, nah, fuck it. I literally can't wait for this train. Like, it's going to take forever. I have to just walk home and hope, like, half run home. I just got to walk so I can get somewhere. At least maybe I'll find, like, pizzeria I can pee in, whatever. Like, I will not make it if I wait for this train. So I'm walking, get off the train. I got, like, 1 block from the train station. And it just starts coming out of me. Like, literally. And what was I wearing? I was wearing, like, a midi dress and, like, knee-high boots or thigh-high boots. And they were, like, not, like, the tight ones. They were, like, the ones, they were, like, leather boots. They kind of had, like, they weren't really secure on my leg. So I was literally peeing myself as I was walking. And I was, like, literally hysterically laughing at myself. I was doing this. By the way, this was, like, at 10 o'clock at night. So, like, it wasn't, like, there was not really any people around. Especially, like, the blocks I was walking are, like, there's not many people around, especially at night. So, like, nobody saw me pee myself. Also, like, it'd be really hard to actually, like, see that. I was wearing all black. Like, nobody noticed, basically. Hopefully. But I was literally walking and peeing, and I didn't stop my speed. Like, I kept walking. I probably sped up because I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I gotta get home and clean myself. This is the video that goes viral. So I go. So then at that point, I'm like, just so like, is this really happening to me? So I call Raquel and she's like, what's up, dude? How was the date? I was like, I'm peeing myself right now. She was like, what? Where are you? I was like, I had to pee so bad when I got off the train. So I got off the train one stop ahead so I could try to walk the rest of the way home so I could make it. And I'm literally peeing myself right now. And she's like, no. I'm like, oh, it's down my leg. It's all in my boots. And she's like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I go home and burn this fucking outfit. What do you think I'm gonna do? So yeah, that story had nothing to do with the guy. The guy was actually the only asshole I met on Tinder, but I didn't find out until after I like stopped talking to him. But he had a girlfriend the entire time that we were talking. Not that we were talking for very long, but like he definitely had a girlfriend while we were on that date. I had no idea. What a dick. But yeah, that was our first and only date anyway, so it's fine. I feel like I'm a mukbang fail. Like, I feel like there's so much more food left. I was watching all those mukbangs and I was like, oh hell yeah, I could do that. Girl, this shit is real. I feel like I usually eat so much more than this. Maybe I'm talking and it's filling me up. I also feel like I take a lot bigger bites. And now that they're on camera, I'm like, oh, I'm not a champ. This stuff is so, woo! But yeah, those are my funny Tinder stories. I feel like I was talking to Raquel about this. I was like, I have stories that could be story times, but they're either like not good enough or like too dramatic to tell on the internet. Or like involves people I can't talk about, or like other friends that I don't want to like put on blast. Like I'm very fine with talking about myself peeing myself on camera, but other people don't want their shit on blast. Not that anybody else peed themselves, but why am I still eating? I feel like I have to take a bite of this because it's here and like you guys deserve that. I don't know if other people do this, but usually when I get an egg roll, it's with crab rangoon, so I dip the egg roll in the sweet and sour sauce. Yum. I don't know. I think it's mostly cabbage what they put inside an egg roll. Pretty good. I'm so full. Oh, not to mention when I peed myself, I was so fucking drunk from all those drinks that I was like, what is my leg? Why am I doing this? And then I had school the next day. I was a mess. But yeah. I don't know why I even kept talking to that guy. Because literally, we went on a date and then like, I saw him the next day. Because he like somehow tricked me into bringing him lunch at work. I don't know why I did that. I've never been like that girl to be like, yeah, I'll bring you food. Like, ew. And then for the rest of the weekend, I didn't hear from him at all. And then Monday he was like, oh yeah, I was really busy this weekend. I was getting a new car. What? That's not an excuse to be busy. Like, you were getting a car for a full 72 hours and you didn't check your phone or like use your phone at all. Like, that's so crazy. And he told me he like didn't have Snapchat or Instagram or anything. I was like, okay, like whatever. There's guys that don't have like social media. I'm fine with that, whatever. And then like a month later, after we had stopped talking, he like adds me on Snapchat and I like see the name and I'm like, who is that? Who? And then it clicks and I'm like, oh God. And then he hits me up and he's like, where you been? I was like, block. Boys are a mess. But I will say, Tinder isn't all bad. I met Meech on Tinder. My cousin Bianca met her boyfriend on Tinder, and their 2-year anniversary is today. So happy anniversary, guys. So it's not all bad. You just gotta weed through a lot of bad ones. And I can only imagine, like, it's been 2 years, over 2 years, since me and Meech met on Tinder. And, like, I can only imagine there's, like, exponentially more people on there. So it's just, like, it's basically like getting on the subway and having your pick of men. So, like, yeah, it's probably really hard. Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for my very first mukbang. I am so full right now, but this actually was a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed my first mukbang, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button before you head on out. Also, in the comments down below, let me know. Excuse me. Let me know first off if you would like me to do more mukbangs and also what I should eat in future mukbangs. If so, I'm burping so much. But yeah, I love you guys all so much. Thank you for watching and I will see you in my next video.